listening. It was that Solus there. Okay. I'm okay. Old sport. I've not told you all of the horrors I've seen in university. I know I've shared my encounters with various different creatures that inhabit the city streets, but I never told you about the skies. I've had an interesting past. That shouldn't surprise you much, but maybe this will. I hope you never thought that Thalia was my first love. No, there were many before. They came from all different walks of life, different backgrounds, genders, species. There was Zahar. He was a new experience for me at the time. He let me learn so much about outside of the city. He'd never let me join him on his adventures, but I enjoyed learning about his culture, meeting his friends, his family. They were such a unique group of people, each seemingly having their own ability and talent that they train for their whole life. Zahar was really good at impressions. The reason we broke up really was entirely my fault. He found out I only started dating him to see if he would help me escape the city. After a while, I realised he would never, yet at that point I loved him. You see, old sport, you should never date an alien for the wrong reasons. The whirring, excruciating noise you must have been hearing over the radio, old sport. It was the tractor beam of Zahar's ship. It didn't take me too long afterwards to realise exactly who and what was happening. He fixed the sinkholes. He was messing up the city's atmosphere, knowing I'd be the one to notice. Except I wasn't the only one. Solus noticed too. I got so ahead of myself. That noise, the whirring, can't believe I didn't realise I heard it before. I went to call out to Zahar and confront him, but I looked in front of me and he had this radio sitting on a desk with a microphone. It's hard to take your eyes off the tank behind it. The green liquid affected with the red. So they were lifeless, limp. I couldn't hold myself back. I don't know what I did. I don't know how I did it. One moment I was searching for Zahar in the control room. The next I was scrambling for an instruction manual. I wanted to fly out of the city for good. Finally. But my hands were shaking and There's a crater where a sinkhole used to be. One of the further away ones. Thankfully. Everything was destroyed. The ship was rubble. I don't know how I survived. So, that tank was the only thing that preserved. I took one last look. It didn't look like them. They weren't angry, nor putting on a tough face, or even sad. They looked peaceful, content. After all, they got out. They escaped university. That's what all of us really want, isn't it? I just keep thinking, old sport, what if Solus was the last one? They were listening to me before I met them, an unknown spectator. What if they were the one and only? Unsurprisingly, the government has forbidden anyone from going to the crash site where Solus still resides. Fortunately for us, old sport, that That singular warning was all the effort they decided to put into reinforcing those wishes. I've visited every day since. Well, I'll admit, old sport, I've been there every moment I'm away from this radio. I haven't had much sleep, anyway. I tried to slip away from the site when I could be there. Meanwhile, Solus just floats, tauntingly. Even in death, I know they're boasting about getting out the city before me, as they wilt away endlessly with that peaceful smirk drawn across their face. Each passing day, that smirk fades, and while they remain as peaceful as the day I first saw them in that tank, their face drops more and more with every passing look. It's a dishonesty, a disgrace. It's an awful way to remember souls for who they are. I am performing a burial. The crash site has to be fixed, and of course I would end up doing that anyway. What barren excuse to give Solus a respectful send-off. Not only is this a true funeral and celebration for Solus, it is an open invitation. I keep thinking, maybe there are others like Solus. Maybe there are other people listening. Maybe you are not just an imaginary audience. I want you to prove it. If you are a university citizen and are currently listening, which you are, considering you are currently hearing my voice, I encourage you to come. Join me. I do not mean you any harm. I just wish for solidarity in this cruel city. We all need allies. Even Solus's solitude failed to save them. If you know what is good for you, well, I hope to see you there, old sport. At least, I suppose, I know you're always here, February. Even if you're just a thought in my head, even if you're an exploded star in the sky, even then, my idea of you is skewed. My head feels skewed. Every time I take a hit from the city, I say, well, it can't get worse than that. And then it does. I'm not well, February. I wish you were here so I could tell you that. I wish you were here to hold me. Hell, I wish you were just listening, as you were that one night. My sobs filled the silence, yet your presence was all that I needed to feel better. I mean, you are listening. That is what I'm supposed to tell myself. Supposed to. Yeah. I just don't know if I have the strength to believe myself anymore. How many times did I tease Solus? How many times did I get annoyed by them sliding those papers under my floor? How many times did I say those things and believe them? Everything feels quiet. The city, my setup. It feels as if it has been so long since I've had an uninterrupted broadcast. I never would have expected to one day be upset about that. When will the day come, February, when I hear back from you? I cannot bear the thought that you two were left to wilt in a tank, floating boundlessly, yet so confined. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know what to think. I don't